Welcome back everyone, Ragnarok here with part number 24 of my Golden Order Balthasar Gelt Mortal Empires campaign on Legendary difficulty. Alright, so last time we finished off Gelt's quest, or at least one of them, picked up another one of his, or actually the first of his items. Let's see here. Amulet of Sea Gold. So this is not bad. It's okay. Anyway, I think it's high time that we actually switch this Iron Curse icon out. I think the Trickster's Shard would be more useful for him. So we'll switch it to that. This is some stuff here that I haven't really paid much attention to as well. Campaign movement is good. I'll take the Griffin banner out. And if there's anything in here for additional points of magic. Actually, alright, that's fine. Fine as it is. Alright, so final 2 points. We got 2 levels up for that battle. And we're just going to sink them into Pistol Corpse. And I think I probably am going to leave the Huntsman. Prefer the Huntsman over the guns. I mean, we could always switch these out for guns at some point, or even the what do you call it, the Outriders. But at this point, I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna say we can get rid of this. I don't really need it. I don't expect to. Yeah, we'll build something more useful there, I think. Alright, so we'll play through a little bit more of this campaign. I'm thinking about ending things off, but I kind of want to go to war with the orcs first.
The Empire.
Let's pop you into Essen, get a little bit more replenishment. Replenishment should be okay in this province.
I will marshal the
You,
men.
sir, you're recruiting those troops.
I will
And
marshal the men.
you have a rebellion to clear up, so let's send you to deal with that.
The council is
Oh, Skaven this time. Take the additional cash.
Moving off. Yes, my lord.
And we'll probably resolve this one as well.
Onwards.
Alright, confident attacker. Odin. Getting leveled up a little bit here. It's a little bit expensive for us to do it this way, but
to strengthen the empire.
the cost that for having his army a little bit compensated by the rebellions themselves. Get a little bit of additional coin from sorting out the rebellion, so that is one good thing, I guess. Alright, we do have another general over here. Though his recruiting these troops is going to actually prevent the rebellion, but that's okay. Well, we could always move him into the neighboring province.
What?
Do have military access with them now too.
Greetings on behalf of the
Marienburg, they don't want trade with us. Oh, crap.
Welcome to my throng.
Fuck it, yeah, why don't we get a defensive alliance with these guys? Or a military alliance. Don't want to pay us for it though.
on then.
I mean, it's only 300 gold. We really don't need to haggle for that much gold, but whatever. Alright, so the only factions we're at war with presently are the Wood Elves over here. I have no intentions of coming down here to fight them, and I seriously doubt that they will come to attack us. If they do, I will deal with it, but I really doubt that's going to be a thing. We might as well upgrade that. Maybe we can get those Luminarchs for Gelt's army. Alright, with the Joker here, and with the public order, we've almost got public order under control. Is there anything else that we can give you to increase public order? Get the Untainted. Alright, well, that's about it. So, province is not exactly tainted with corruption. Alright, Thor's heading for this army. Got these two guys in his army. Oh, son of a bitch. Another discipline here. Wouldn't mind having another disciplined for Gelt's army. So that would mean we'll be fine with the two of them. Alright, good enough.
Who seeks my power? You need fire. Preparing rites of exorcism.
Alright, hit the end turn and see if we can get through a little bit more Sword of Justice. We'll need to rest Gelt a little bit before we do his next quests. Took a bit of damage there in that battle last time. Alright, the sun had set. Over the Vormistite's Platz, there was only the red light of the fires and the ivory sheen of Morslib. Leitdorf's forces, bereft of their leader, had finally begun to buckle. Many of the mercenaries had started to flee where they could, streaming out of the square and into the dark alleys. Grosslake's men pursued them hard, and the sounds of bloodshed soon filtered into the winding passages of the poor quarter. Under the baleful light of the Chaos Moon, the death and pain was spreading throughout the city. Soon, nowhere would be free of it. Schwarzhelm ran his finger along the edge of the Sword of Justice. Even the lightest of touches, the blade drew blood. It was the perfect sword, a flawless instrument of death. He looked up at Helberg. The marshal stood in a defensive posture a few paces away. He was ashen-faced. With satisfaction, Schwarzhelm glimpsed at the shard of the Klingreach lodged in the man's cheek. It was a badge of shame, the mark of treachery. Scar would be with him forever. So what price did he buy you with? Schwarzhelm asked, bitterly, letting Helberg recover himself for his next assault. Or was the prospect of seeing me fail here enough reward for you? Helberg was breathing heavily. You're really that insecure? Look around you, Ludwig. This is your doing. As Helberg spoke, a sliver of doubt entered Schwarzhelm's mind. Somewhere, deep within, he could hear a small voice of warning. Like glimpsing the sun through a gap in the clouds, the marshal suddenly seemed to him the way he always had, upright, stern-faced, the embodiment of imperial martial pride. They were brothers, the two of them. They'd always been brothers. And yet, the stench of chaos was everywhere. Leitdorf was stained with it. Verstholen had seen the evidence of it. From the first hours he'd spent in Averheim, Schwarzhelm had been aware of it. The visions in the night, the terrors and portents. They'd been trying to break in. They'd all been trying to break in. They'd failed. Alright. Foolish Vainglory. We're just gonna go with War Fervor. I think we're pretty much done our recruitment. I mean, we could have canceled all of this and re-recruited them to save a little bit of cash, but I don't think that's totally necessary. So we'll let Zufbar rebel again. Might as well start working on the walls. Let's park you in camp. We'll merge these, and we'll just. We can't recruit for him at the moment. That's okay. This should be enough, and if not, we can always throw the wizards in there to help out with the situation. All right, build that. Let's build this, and looks good.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Geld. Actually, next turn. Oh, I was gonna say next turn we should be able to do the quest, but this guy not gonna be healed completely. Who's at war with the orcs right now?
Ready.
Or the greenskins, rather. Dwarves, Clan Angren, and Hockland.
Let's have you then. It is time! Now then, Manlin, what brings you here this day?
Iron War. Oh, military allies with them. What if
Zulrikal! In these dark
Clan
times, we
Angren.
should stand together.
Military alliance. Iron War. Greenskins. Really? Wow. Alright, whatever. Anyway, I think we're gonna wait. Maybe next turn we'll do Geld's next quest, even though this guy's still gonna be damaged. I would do the Cloak of Molten Metal. Reinforcements expected. This is the one that I think is going to be a little bit tough for us. Chaos Knights scare me a little bit, but... Oh, perfect. Can upgrade this. Which means we can get rid of this. And what are we going to build here in Wurtbad? Start with a warrior shrine. We wait for this. Or actually, why don't we put this here, and then we can get rid of that and put the Tailor's Guild there. Maximize our economy.
Ready. The nation calls.
Alright, Schwarzhelm. We take you out of the settlement. Alright, perfect.
To the provinces.
Join in camp,
A sound plan.
and we'll recruit some more junk for you. Income's gonna take a big hit next turn when we recruit those troops.
Prophecy in the sky. What?
That's not
Yes.
quite as good as I'd like, but
Sing battle hymns. Ready.
it's still there. 1200 is what we need to recruit him.
Grudge bear, step forth, true friend of the Angrund clan. I'll do it.
Alright, I think we will actually put
Flame on.
this guy.
The Empire. At once, sir.
Into Geld's army.
Sir.
Alright. I'm gonna name this after commander of the Reichsguard. Halborg's second in command. Let's do. Might as well give you campaign line of sight. Help out a little bit. Well, yeah, we'll send him to join Gelt's army, which means we're gonna have to make room for him. Probably take out one of the great swords. Or we could always keep this guy. Well, yeah, you know what? Why don't we send him? Why don't we send him to join?
Yes, General. It will be an honor.
So,
Odin's army.
beast wizard.
Gosh,
Is it time?
you blade master. Yeah, fuck it. Geld's army seems complete enough as it is.
What is your wish? Calls to me. I serve no master.
Alright, couple rebellions coming. Double check we don't have any Wood Elf armies coming down this way. Doesn't look like it. Oh shoot, forgot about our scout there. He lifted the Rushdown a final time. Overhead, lost in the gathering darkness, there was a distant rumble of thunder. The weather, so unbearably hot for so long, was breaking at last. A storm was coming. No more words. He lunged forward. He kept the Rushdown high, holding it two-handed, unmindful of his defense. Halborg met him, swinging the Klingreach heavily to meet the incoming downward plunge. The blades met again. Again, they were forced apart. Schwarzhelm pressed home the attack. He could feel raw power coursing through his sinews. His wrath was what propelled him now. After so many days of frustration, of fatigue, of whispering against him, of weasel-worded legal documents, the canker at the heart of Aberheim had been unveiled. He kept the sword moving, adjusting his body minutely to compensate for his every stroke. They said the elven sword masters felt like this, lost in the perfect symmetry of stroke and counterstroke. He and the weapon were fused together, each an extension of the other. The time had come to finish it. Schwarzhelm went for the kill. His blade whirled, blood red in the firelight. Halborg fought back, meeting the heavy blows expertly, warding what he could, but the marshal was weakened. He'd lost blood from his thigh. He wasn't fighting with his full commitment. Something was holding him back. Something weighed him down. He wasn't the Halborg who'd bested him a dozen times on the training grounds of Altdorf. The opening came. Halborg brought his sword up in another defensive move. As he drew back, his foot turned on the stone. He stumbled, and the blade dropped out of position. A whip of lightning scored across the heavens. For a split second, Halborg's body was illuminated in stark relief. The chance was there, beckoning him. Schwarzhelm pounced, summoning all the energy that remained to him. He plunged the sword of justice downwards, as if drawn by the prospect of blood. The blade nearly flew from his hands. It bit deep, carving through armor and into the flesh beyond. The metal sheared between the spalder and the breastplate, unerringly fading the weak spot in the marshal's exquisite armor. Halborg roared in pain, his whole body tense. Blood squirted high into the air. Schwarzhelm felt it splatter against his face. The liquid seared him as if he had been boiling oil. He withdrew the blade and staggered back, wiping his eyes. Oh shit. So, Schwarzhelm, unable to contain himself. And looks like Halborg has suffered potentially a mortal wound here.
The nation calls.
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty crazy shit. This novel. Pretty violent stuff too, I should add. Alright, let's do Gelt's next quest. Cloak of Molten Metal. Teleport there. Take it on. Even though we're not at full strength, we should still be able to handle this without too much difficulty. What do we got for Winds of Magic? Lots of Winds of Magic. Heron Wraiths could be a bit of a problem, but should be fine here. Oak of Molten Metal. And the one thing we do have to be careful of is their mobility. Try and make sure they don't get behind our lines.
With me, followers! We will descend into Drake-Tooth Hollow, this cave of ill aspect, for within lies an artifact of great power. My arcane talents tell me this place is not unprotected. An ancient, once-dead guardian lies in wait. We must destroy it before we can collect the cave's secrets. You will do this for me. This is a dread task, but my rewards will be great, for I can spin gold from lead. And as the Supreme Patriarch, is there a more powerful ally you can have? Begin your advance. Banish the guardians of this place, and think of the rewards you will have once the Cloak of Molten Metal is mine!
Alrighty. We do have a bit of high ground here. I feel like it might even be better to fall back here. Just the high ground is really really uneven problem. It does almost sort of form a natural fortification here, at least on the edges. Let's pop you guys there.
Missile infantry! Hellstorm! By Ulrich's wrath!
I don't know if I like that. I just feel like we're gonna have more room to operate if we back further.
Ready for war!
Not a very big deployment area either.
Hellstorm rocket battery!
What if we put our Hellstorms back here? That way. Our great swords
We are Sigma's
along the
heirs.
hill here.
Great swords! Ready for war! My orders stand!
Gonna give us enough room to
Ready to fire!
place the and dangerously close to the Hellstorms.
Great swords! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Put you guys up a little bit.
State troops ready!
You're right there.
Bow before me! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Sir! Weapons at the ready! Hellstorm! For Heldenhammer! Ready for war! Listen up! For the Comet, ready! Conditions acceptable!
One of you, like so.
By Ulrich's wrath!
There we go. You're gonna stay back here and protect the rocket batteries. Geld, you can harass them.
Take position! Taste gold magic.
Let our magic build up a little bit. Rocket batteries. We're doing a pretty good job. We can hit those.
Ready for war!
See if we can hit those.
Hellstorm rocket battery! Steady, men! Understood! We are Sigmar's heirs! Moving now! At an order! We serve the Emperor!
I don't know if those zombies are worth it. I think we can wear this guy down a little bit.
Master of Shadow.
Our friends!
Lord of Metal.
Great swords! Prepare for combat!
Fuck.
Sigmar corps!
Turn around.
Ready for war! For the Warhammer!
Formation march.
Oh man, that was nasty.
Great swords!
Ah shit.
For
Back there. In there.
Charge! Quick march!
Let's just try and get away from them for now.
I speak, you act! Understood? Sir!
Very well. They'll never move again.
Back on your artillery pieces. Where the hell did...
Ready for war!
Guys, we shut them down.
Now!
You get over here and help out. Ah, it's coming in.
Ready to fire!
Oh shit. And a Terrorgeist. Guys, turn around and shoot the Terrorgeist.
Bring it down! Battle awaits!
Yes. I am master of Shalom. Feel my ire.
Sigmar calls!
You guys
For France!
up there.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
My orders
Alright,
stand.
this is really
We are Sigmar's heirs!
turning into a bloody wild mess.
Sigmar!
Terrorgeist is down, bats are down. Ah, sweet mother.
The Empire
Alright,
endures!
you guys just stand back there just in case.
Taking aim! Steady, men! For the Emperor!
Ah, shit.
Take aim! Hellstorm rocket battery!
House storms. Fuck. Back on your rocket batteries.
Warhammer! We are Sigmar's heirs! For Heldenhammer! Hellstorm! March as
More
one!
enemies coming in, or is that it? Well, we won. Thank goodness for having a better quality army than our enemies. That was worse than the previous fight. Yeah, worse than the previous quest battle. Yeah, I'm terrible at protecting my artillery, especially when I don't have cavalry. Maybe we should take a couple archers out and put in a couple of cavalry units, and then that way I can protect the flanks a little bit better. Just fucking, I'm so slow to react with those great swords, my god. So dozy sometimes. Book of Molten Metal. Fire resistance, melee defense. Sorry, physical resistance. Fire resistance. Missile resistance. Oh, Winds of Magic cost -1 for Glittering Road. -2 for Glittering Road upgraded. I don't believe we unlocked the Glittering Robe, unfortunately. Didn't realize that was part of his thing. Anyway, what can you do?
Do not waste my potential.
Alright, sir. Pop you
is
back
best
into
to
SN for
move.
maximum replenishment.
What does the Emperor bid?
And then once Leitdorf is ready, I think we'll probably
What do you require?
move against
Field of faith.
the
Yes, my lord. What?
the orcs.
I am the supreme
We'll
picture.
wait a couple turns. We'll fully replenish there. 2 turns should be enough. Alright, where's our hero here?
Disturbs me. Come forth. Who called?
Ah, shit, I put the wrong guy in the army. You stand back there.
Sir? They'll be marching, all right.
So, I will marshal the band.
Oh, son of a bitch. You're pretty even this time. Direct victory. Do the leadership because we've got to do a follow-up battle here.
Pick up the pace. Praise Sigma.
Yeah, that was pretty close. I don't know. I think the Ace of Hellstorm. Ah.
To the provinces.
Cool. We'll give that to Scar, I guess.
The nation calls. Ready.
Get a lightning strike.
What does the Emperor bid?
Actually, just move to
On
there.
march. Yes, my lord.
Merge all these.
Praise Sigma.
Up a couple more recruits, and just
Yes, my lord.
keep leveling him up there. Fence is built here. Alright, Sterling, looking good.
I will marshal the men to strengthen the Empire. It is war!
Oh, sugar. Sugar, 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 sugar. Right, son of a bitch. What do we got for regiments of renown here? Let's pick up one of those. 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 A lot of regiments of renown. What kind of odds does it give us now? Best that we get rid of this now before it becomes more of a problem.
Onwards!
It was a little bit expensive, but
It is time.
anyway, it did the trick.
What does the Emperor bid? By the comet! We march!
Alright, I think we'll try and just prevent rebellions here in Altdorf from here on. We won't try and get this guy leveled up. Let's try and get the public order under control. Actually, -4 events, -2 corruption, -2.
Warrior of Sigmar! What is your wish?
Yeah, we just have to get this leveled up, and then public order will be balanced there.
Ready.
For the time being. Keep Gelt in here for now.
I'll use me spells.
Oh, you orcs are funny.
Ready! To the provinces!
Alright, looks good enough.
Is it time?
Not really a lot for you to do. I guess we could damage walls here.
Open gates!
Just get him leveled up a little bit. But
Judgment ready. What?
I thought he really needs it. Everything that he needs has more or less been unlocked now.
Preparing rites of exorcism.
Alright, let's see how Schwarzhelm reacts now to this, now that he realizes what he's done. Helborg slumped to the ground, clutching his shoulder. His sword clattered to the stone harmlessly. The Marshal shot Schwarzhelm a final glance, one of mingled anger, pain, and betrayal. Then he collapsed face down onto the stone, his blood spreading across the flags. A peal of thunder boomed across the city. It felt like the arch of the sky was cracking. Schwarzhelm suddenly felt his store of violent energy drain from him. He stood like a graven image, staring at his stricken brother. The man was broken, and he had done it. The world around him suddenly insubstantial and shifting. Rage was replaced by guilt, violence with grief. It was as if a mask of madness had fallen from him. He started forward, hands outstretched, towards his old rival, his sparring partner, his friend, his victim. Marshal! The voice belonged to one of the Reichsguard. They'd seen their master cut down. Schwarzhelm whirled around. There were knights backing up towards him. They were being attacked in their turn. He could make out a horseman wearing Grosslick's colors bearing down on the steel lines. They would break. They were breaking. Schwarzhelm felt the indecision paralyze him. He didn't know what to do. There was movement all around him. He certainly had vanished. His certainty had vanished. His will had snapped. He stood immobile. I have killed him, he thought. The mantra repeated over and over in his head, paralyzing him. Sigmar, forgive me, I have killed him. Then the Reichsguard lines broke. Grosslick was breaking through, and the Imperial Knights fell before the onslaught. They ignored Schwarzhelm. Several galloped over to the stricken Helborg. With peerless horsemanship, they swept him up into the saddle. The Kling Reach stayed on the stone, forgotten. Schwarzhelm watched it all take place impotently. Horses veered past him, On either side, his fingers felt loose around the hilt of the Rochdale. The events before him unfolded as if one of his nightmares. He was just a spectator. Groslick's men streamed across the square, pursuing the fleeing Reiksguard. Leitdorf rode along with the Imperial Knights, surrounded by stern-faced protectors. He cast a fleeting look at Schwarzhelm as he was carried away. His expression was one of terror, like a child caught up in a game it doesn't understand. Then they were gone, riding into the night and towards the flames. Groslick's men thundered after them, Heinsmark at their head. So many. Ooh, speaking of the devil, Kurt Helmberg is ready for action.
Raise Sigma.
Right. Be hard to hit for now.
Bring me to
Park.
battle.
Oh shit.
I
Do
will
that every
marshal the
time.
men. Move!
Direct me.
A weak order. What?
Is it time? Get training.
Alright, recruit. One more spare, that should be fine. Be okay to sort that out.
Now?
One more turn. They're ready. I think we should leave this, let this get to full strength before we go ahead and fight that battle. Let's upgrade this, or build this. Get this upgraded. Stuff. Overheim. Public order is probably more important, more pressing here. Seeing as we're not even taxing it at the moment. Alright, so with him sitting in there, keeping the public order under control. Definitely want to get that upgraded, but just waiting on the growth. 2 more turns till, yeah, it'll be a while before we can get that to level 5, but anyway. Yeah, nothing much going on at the moment. Just essentially get ready to go to war with the orcs, I think.
Sigma's will. Approach and make your offer.
Marvel at my pyramid. Know that you will never achieve such majesty. I am done.
Oh, there you go.
What?
Do not greet me as a friend.
Champion of the Lady, you tread upon Bretonnian land. I'll have your will, and I'll have it clever.
Nice. Alright, we're getting lots of trade. Ooh, you know what? What we need to research. What are we researching right now? Need to... This one, Ambassador to the Phoenix King. Maybe we'll do that next turn. But don't forget.
They will be judged. Show me the accused. Is that
We
where
just keep
heretics
tabs
lurk?
on where they are. Probably go for Beechhofen first. We'll probably raise that settlement and go for, or probably just sack that settlement and leave it, and then go for Karak Ungor. We'll let Leitdorf get the war started, and then
Let us begin.
Geld can... actually, Geld will probably go for Beechhofen. Maybe we'll send Leitdorf around this way to Karak Ungor.
Praise Sigma.
And then that way we can strike them at once, potentially.
I am ready. Are you?
I trust
Anyway, it'll be a couple more turns before we put that plan into action.
I serve no master.
Yeah, we do have research available. Gold mines. I don't think we have any gold mines at the moment. Income from trade, I think it's not a bad idea. We do have a fair bit of trade at the moment.
The comets come.
Ah, good. Got the public order. Alright, the event must have finished.
I await to advise.
I await to advise.
Schwarzhelm remained unmoving. His face dripped with blood, Helborg's blood. Amid all the tumult, still no one approached him, as if warned by some unnatural force. The swordsman stayed away, all except one. Verstholen dismounted. The spy walked up to him, concern etched on his face. "You answered my call," he said. Schwarzhelm didn't reply. He couldn't take his eyes off the Klingreach, lying discarded on the stone. He walked over to the sword and picked it up. He held the blades together for a moment, comparing the lengths of steel. They were so alike, only the notch in the sword of vengeance marked it out. Otherwise, they were sister weapons. Verstholen came to his side. "You were right to stop him, my lord. Even the mightiest can turn to darkness." Schwarzhelm turned to face him. All around them, men streamed from the square. The remainder of Leitdorf's forces were being hunted down. What fighting remained was brutal and self-contained. A murderous chase had begun through the streets and alleys of Aberheim. "Darkness has been at work here," said Schwarzhelm thickly. The words leapt his throat with effort. "Your words bring me no comfort." "They should. Leitdorf would have turned this place into a slaughterhouse. You can feel it in the air." Schwarzhelm looked off into the distance. His eyes swept the square, now littered with bodies. "He was the mightiest of us all, Peter. Never have I regretted a kill to this day. And now—" He felt his voice begin to break and trailed off. If this was victory, it left a bitter taste. He lingered for a moment longer, staring at the spot where Helborg had fallen. Then he finally turned, allowing himself to be led from the scene by Verstholen. Slowly, haltingly, the two men walked from the battlefield. Behind them, the last of the fighting in the square limped to its bloody conclusion. None hindered their passing. Through war and treachery, the succession of Averland had been decided. Heinz-Mark Groslik would take up the Runefang, and Leitdorf would be cast into damnation. Alright, that ends the chapter there, guys. Some very somber reflection there for Schwarzhelm and Verstholen, realizing the magnitude of what's happening, or what's happened. The gods are angry. The omens are ill. Something you have done has angered the gods, yet they are fickle. They may forgive you in time, or mere immediate appeasement may be necessary. Tribute, +4 public order, or angry gods. Let's go with a tribute.
Yes.
That should be fine to deal with the rebellion.
marshal the men.
Albert E has leveled up. Let's give you, what are we going to give you? Give you evasion.
Yes,
Alright, you
my
sir. Look at this.
Can I help you? Eyes ready.
You know what? I wouldn't mind if the orcs took Karak Hedrin, because then we could take it ourselves. But whether I
What should be ours?
seriously doubt the... Yeah, I really doubt they're going to be able to get through there unless they bring another
Ready.
army around. I think we should just continue on this way and head for Karak Ungor, to be honest.
It is time.
We could come over here and help them, but...
Spells.
So,
Alright, let's have you go ahead a little bit.
Who calls?
Verstholen's at full strength. Or, sorry, Gelt is at full strength.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Move him right here.
I go where
We're
the
gonna
winds
encamp him
howl.
after the battle.
Tools of judgment ready. To the
You,
provinces.
sir, going to move this way. Actually,
Onwards.
sorry, it's quicker. Oh, there's a bridge here. That's why. Don't really need to force march. It looks like he's gonna have to take this first, which is fine. That means we can solidify this province. Ah, shit. Shit.
Let us begin.
That is not what I want to do.
Are you?
That was definitely a misclick there.
Do not waste my potential.
Alright, anyway. Green War. Get war with the following faction. Alright, we're gonna attempt this Staff of Volans and end the episode on this. So, much tougher army than we've fought in the previous two quest battles, which worries me a little bit, not gonna lie, because I did not do a very good job in those first couple of battles. I think the important thing is to take down the Chaos Knights and use Gelt's magic to lower their armor. The giants and trolls shouldn't be an issue for our archers. But the Chaos Knights could definitely cause a lot of damage.
Men of the Empire, I am no warrior priest blessed with the gift of making grand speeches. I am no orator, that is true. But I am not a cold man, despite this mask, frozen in its stern aspect. What we do this day is not just some plot to gain favor for the mantle of Supreme Patriarch. No, there is much more at risk. If the Mountain God awakes, if Sun Eater is roused from his ancient slumber, all that we hold precious is doomed. We must stop the summoning, and stop it now!
Well, so I guess we're gonna be facing off against Koalek here, right? That what's going down. Fucking camera's kinda fucked up there. Well, there's a pretty steep incline here. Let's back right up to the edge of the map here. Guys there.
The Empire endures!
Oops.
Hellstorm! By Ulrich's wrath! Elevate cannon!
There we go, that looks good.
State troops ready!
Guys on.
Taking aim!
Fuck that fucking camera. Killing me here.
Great swords!
Line it up this way.
For Heldenhammer!
Alright.
Great swords!
Only one great sword for this side. Okay.
Steady, men!
Empire Captain. Well, put both
By Ulrich's
both Empire Captains here.
ready to fire! For Heldenhammer!
Alright, here we go.
Bow before me!
By
Us
Ulrich's
together.
wrath!
Alright, start it up. Got a long way to go to get over to us though. So that, I guess that's good. Gives Geld time to do a little bit of damage. Holy winds of magic.
Balthasar Gelt!
Yeah, they are moving. Try this on the cavalry here.
Feel my ire. The Empire endures! They come! They come! I channel the wind of Shaman! I'll have them as bronze statuary before they finish me!
Not
We
bad.
are Sigmar's heirs! I am master of Shaman! By my will alone! Ready for war!
Yeah, the music here is pretty damn airy.
For
Not gonna lie.
Hammer!
Let's see if we can wear these guys down a little bit more. This expensive spell though.
They'll never move again! What? To battle! Quick march! No lingering!
You guys shooting at? With those Chaos Knights.
Ready for war! Through to cannons! Hellstorm
Don't
rocket battery!
shoot at fucking
Ready
trolls.
for war!
Alright, Geld, your ass over here.
Formation march!
We are Sigmar's heirs! The Empire endures! Sigmar commands!
Gonna bring you guys over here.
Yes, sir! Quickly!
Be okay.
Take aim! Yes, sir! Quickly! Your artillery graph! Ranging target!
Lord of metal!
We are Sigmar's heirs!
I am supreme! Taste gold magic!
Number 2.
For Heldenhammer! Ready! For Heldenhammer! Finding range, sir!
Alright, take down that fucking giant. Going over here.
Understood? Yes, General! For the Emperor! Sir!
Geld.
Moving now! Moving faster! At speed!
By Ulrich's wrath!
Let's get lined back up.
March! Conditions acceptable.
Back up a little bit.
Warhammer! My orders
Alright.
stand!
Some help over here.
For war!
Bow before me! Feel my ire!
The Empire
Get in there.
endures!
We are Sigmar's
How are we holding over here?
Weapons at the ready!
Come on. Finish off those damn Chaos Knights.
Now!
Fuck. Camera.
Balthasar Gelt!
I think we're holding pretty well.
Empire
thus far.
Sputters the target. No,
Off a little bit. I'm gonna get too close to those freaking rockets.
Cannons, fire! With a twin-tailed comet.
Poland stop!
Drop that right there.
Armor melts.
Get them! For the Emperor! Great swords!
Moving out! I am master of Shalom.
We obey!
On way!
Alright, I think we've got it. I think they're getting the army lost. Alright, that actually turned out to be the easiest of the battles. Just because the troops we were up against were less mobile than in the previous fights. Not to mention too, the field was a lot more conducive to our defensive sort of army. Just really fortified position there, back on the hill. Yeah, went pretty well. Alright, so we've got all of Gelt's toys. Time to have some fun and kill some orcs. I was really expecting to see Korlek there, to be honest.
I will do this.
Ah, good. Apprentice Wizard. That will help out. Alright, cool. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Part number 25 is going to be next. We're going to play through a little bit more of this, at least until we finish off the orcs, I think. We'll have the war with the orcs, and then decide whether or not we'll finish up the campaign from there. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you guys next time. It's part 25. Have a great day. Ragnarok out.